The next chapter in winning a national championship with every single team in college football 26 is definitely going to be a bit of a challenge with the Akron Zips, led by head coach Joe Moorhead, who's really no stranger to success as a coach himself, but this is not going to be an easy rebuild. I mean, look at the history of Akron football. They haven't been to a bowl game in over 10 years. The roster's in a really bad spot with 61s across the board. We are going to have to recruit our butts off, hammer the transfer portal. Obviously, we're going to have to develop some high school kids, but we at least have an 83 redshirt sophomore tight end, which isn't really going to do much for us, as we would start 1-8 in 2025 with our only win coming against the FCS school. Now, some of these MAC conference games, they have been a little bit closer than you might expect, so we're at least competitive in a lot of them. We're at least showing signs of competition, and we would finish 4-8, win 3 games to close out the season, and finish with some dismal team stat rankings on both sides of the ball. As you can see here, didn't score a lot of points offensively, gave up a lot of points defensively, gave up a lot of yards in both phases, didn't really get after the quarterback either. We really struggled on both sides of the ball. Obviously, that's why we were 4-8. And of course, pretty much the whole team wants to leave. They want to transfer. We only have 2 persuasions that we can use. We're going to go with Israel Polk, who actually did leave the team in real life. So we're able to keep the 2 that we wanted to keep, but look at all of these players we're going to have to replace. And of course, we know the challenges of recruiting to Akron. If you've played this game, we had the 131st class, but we did sign a bunch of kids, 23 signees, of course, all 1 and 2 stars, but a big class, which is helpful. And our roster's about the same as it was last year ratings wise, but I do see more 80s, including our stud tight end Jake Newell. And going into MAC play, we would start the season 4-1, an unprecedented start before faltering in conference play to 5-5. But we still have the opportunity to make a bowl game. And look at that, bowl eligibility. We lost to UMass by just 2 points, but in the last game of the season, we beat NIU to secure that 6th win. Now, I don't know if their academic restrictions in real life carried over to the game, but we somehow wouldn't make a bowl game despite winning 6 games. And we again had one of the worst rushing offenses in the entire country. But we made some major strides in all of the defensive categories, especially rushing yards per game and points per game. And most of our roster wants to return, except for Israel Polk, of course. And we have some tough decisions to make with only 1 persuasion left, but I have to use it on our next most talented player, Ronald Hole, who does want to stay. And we wouldn't sign as many kids as we did the year before, but we did finish 125th, so we did climb the rankings a little bit, mostly 2 and 1 stars, and the roster got a little bit better, including, again, our stud tight end Jake Newell, 87 overall, and a higher concentration of some 80s and higher 70s, so we're building this thing in the right direction, especially after going 6-6 after starting 4-8. But 2027 wasn't much of a better season. It's 4-6. We need to win these next 2 games to again have a chance at making a bowl game. And we would. We're going to get Louisville in the Game Above Sports Bowl, the first bowl game in this Akron dynasty, and we wouldn't win, of course. And that's our 2nd season below 500. But Louisville is a tough team to play in this game, and we only finished with 3 interceptions on defense, so we really got to start taking the ball away. And we're still facing some higher attrition numbers, but we do have 4 persuasion chances, so I like our opportunities here, starting with Marquise Williams, impact rating running back with an F rating for pro potential, and of course, that's not going to get it done to keep him around. And it's just a bunch of 70s and 60s, but we got to try to keep these guys. Some of them are starters, some of them are these younger guys or multi-year guys that will have an opportunity to play for us. And there we go. I mean, we went 3 for 4, so that's not bad. I'll take it. And of course, we're hovering near the bottom of the recruiting rankings, but we signed a big class, so I will take it. It's tough to recruit to Akron. We'll take 20 commits all day to continue building the depth of this roster, which, as you can see, has taken a pretty big step back. We're in the 50s. We're not going to win a lot of games that way, I don't think, but we'll put it to the test through the sim and see what happens. And it's another 6-7 season, but we went 6-2 in the MAC, finished 2nd, lost in the MAC championship game, didn't make a bowl game, of course, I don't know how, but showing signs of progress by competing on the field, keeping more players on our roster. That's going to be a huge part of turning this thing around, as we would get all 4 players that wanted to leave to stay, but in recruiting, we were dead last, 136. We did sign 11 players, which isn't bad, but dead last. We really got to start improving there. But again, the retention, signing double-digit players, it's bringing our roster up across the board, even if our 2 best players heading into the 2029 season are punters. And look, we knew this was going to be a tough rebuild, so it's another 6-6 season, but we're in the Bahamas Bowl against New Mexico State, finally in another bowl, and we're going to play our first game of this entire dynasty. And we're going to get wild here. 4th and 13 in the 4th quarter, down by 7. We're going to run the screen, and we're going to block it perfectly. Follow the blocks. Good little user there, I won't lie. It was a pretty good job by me in the back, but we get all the way down to 1st and goal at the 1-yard line. 2nd and goal, we're going to punch it in just barely to tie the game, and we get a stop. And now we have an opportunity to put together a game-winning drive here with just under 4 minutes left. We're going to pull it, and the quarterback is going to run for another 1st down. We still have all 3 timeouts left, and we're going to take a deep shot with a guy pretty much wide open. Still under 2 minutes left here, 3rd and 7. We got to have it, and our tight end's going to get open, and he's going to score. We're going to take the lead here late in the game. New Mexico State still has some timeouts left though too, but now with 4 seconds left, they've used them all. This is it. This is the last play of the game. They're going to throw it short, and it's incomplete, and the Akron Zips are your Bahamas Bowl champions. And like we've said, we've shown signs of progress keeping this roster intact, keeping players in Akron, the player retention. Only one player wants to transfer and we're able to keep him. But again, we're going to finish dead last in recruiting with only 8 commits. And it's really just a bunch of 6 and 7 win seasons for us at Akron. But if you look at it, that's the most success they've had in a long time, including a bowl win for the first time since 2015. So we're on the right track. We're developing and building this thing up. And look at that. The following season in 2030, we are playing in our very first MAC championship game against Western Michigan. We have an opportunity to win a conference championship here at Akron for the first time since 2005. And we're going to put it to the sim. I don't even care. I know it's the first conference championship game we're playing in. It would be fun to hop in and play and try to win this thing for Akron. But we're going to put it to the test to the sim. We're going to let fate decide it. And as you can see, we're already off to a pretty good start, 14-0. And then we get it all the way up to a 3 and 4 possession lead. And in the sim, we have won the conference championship and finished 8 and 5, the most wins Akron has seen in quite some time. So we are definitely building this thing in the right direction. And shout out to quarterback Eric Ball, new single season passing yards record. And that's going to bring us to the game above Sports Bowl against Virginia, where we would find ourselves down 1 late in the 4th quarter, but we're going to pull it on the RPO, throw it, spin move randomly, I guess, break a tackle. We're in good scoring position here, 1st and goal with just under 4 minutes left. Look at all that space. We're going to punch that one in, no problem. And we're going to go for 2. Why not? They're going to bring a blitz. We're going to throw the screen right out of it, and we have a 7-point lead. The defense would get a pivotal stop, and with time winding down, Virginia has no timeouts left. So if we get this, if we convert on 4th and 1, the game is totally over. We're going to hand it off, and we have so much room. Look at our running back go. 1st down, game over. Bowl game champions, and 9 wins. 9 wins for the Zips. Don't know the last time that they won 9 games in a season. A monumental step in the right direction towards building this thing up and trying to win a national championship. Now, just like the Air Force Dynasty, because I haven't played a lot of games, I don't know a lot of these players, but Joe Harris, shout out to him, new single season receptions record. So we were definitely putting the ball in the air this year. And after countless seasons of struggling to take the ball away, we had one of the best turnover margins in the entire country. And check out our receiving core, man. We had the 2,000-yard receivers with Harris and North. And man, we struggle to keep some of these players that do want to leave, despite the fact we have all 5 persuasion changes to use on them. And we would, of course, be at the bottom, towards the bottom in recruiting rankings. But check out the following season. In 2031, we would start 6-3. Our star receiver, Joe Harris, would go off against Western Michigan, and we would win the last 3 games to get to 9-3 to face Marshall in a bowl game. A bowl game that we would win. 10 wins. We have won 10 games at Akron. Now, it did take a handful of seasons, but we won 10 games. That's a huge accomplishment for us. And look at this season from our quarterback, Antoine Burgess, man. 4,500 yards, 42 touchdowns. If you know anything about Joe Moorhead and his offense, it's always quarterback friendly. And if you need any further proof, man, look at these numbers our receivers have put up throughout their career. We are definitely going to miss their play and their ability to catch the football. And look at how prolific we were on offense with points per game, passing touchdowns. And again, we had one of the best turnover margins in the entire country. So man, we are really taking the next step in the evolution of this program. And the NIL budget's increasing. We have donors and boosters pitching in to build up this program with only 2 persuasions that we have to use, and they're both going to stay. But again, another low-ranked recruiting class. But we did finally sign some 3-stars and 16 recruits. And if you can believe it, the following year in 2032, we are ranked number 24 heading into the bowl game against Florida State. We're 8-4, so we're going to have a chance to win 9 games here if we can get this dub. And of course, Florida State's going to be a tough team to beat, but we take the early 7-0 lead, looking to defeat the high-powered Seminoles, and it's in the 4th quarter now. Up 4, taking a shot deep down the field. Look at this defense they're playing. Horrible angle by the safety. 4 verticals again, striking and taking advantage of the safety rotation. Again, the single high look. 4 verticals is killing these looks in this game, and that's going to do it for us. 17-12, the number 24 ranked Akron Zips. And look at this run that we've been on, man. After starting 4-8 way back in 2025, we've built this thing all the way up into yet another 9-win season after winning 10 games the year prior. We are on the right track, building this thing into a proven winner. And look at that, man. The 100th ranked recruiting class, 8 3-stars, 10 total commits. We are continuing to make strides in the recruiting department as well. Now we're going to move past the 2033 season, where we would have another 9-4 season, to move to the 2034 season, where, as you can see, our roster is the highest it's ever been. 69 across the board, and it's paid off. We're 24 in the country, 10-2, heading into yet another MAC championship game appearance. So let's get into this game against Central Michigan and see if we can secure another MAC championship. And we've got some work to do here in the 4th quarter. Down 21-7, we would finally punch it in with a pretty dangerous throw over the middle, get the ball back quickly, and now we're looking to go back to the well. Throw the Texas route. There goes Geo Sampson. Spin move. What a play over the middle of the field to finally tie this game up. Unbelievable plays, running like Greg Jennings again. That's what's so funny about using these teams early in the game before they fix these bugs. You got guys running like that. And look, you're going to see a lot more offense in these videos in this entire series, just because I'm not very good on defense. So we're going to go back on offense, down by 7, hand it off on the RPO, tie the game up. We've got a pretty competitive MAC championship here. We're going to go for 2, and we're going to go back to the same play, throw it on the pop, and we have the lead with 2 minutes left, and that would be enough. That's going to be enough to secure the MAC championship for us at Akron, our second MAC championship in thrilling fashion. And we're headed back to the Bahamas Bowl, and again, we are ranked 24th in the country heading into this game against MTSU, so another great opportunity to secure another bowl win. And look at that, we would do just that and win 12 games, finish 12-2 to win 12 games and finish the season ranked in the top 25 for the first time in this entire dynasty. It's been a pretty miraculous run. I mean, look at all those bowl game logos. We're 2-0 in MAC championship games. We've been reeling off a ton of bowl wins, but we still haven't even sniffed the college football playoff yet, so there is still some work to do. And look at who we have to take on in week 1 of the 2035 season, the Michigan Wolverines. We have to go on the road to Michigan. This is going to be a huge test for where we are as a program at this point. And we're off to an incredible start, breaking tackles on the first drive of the game, and we have a 7-0 lead in the big house. But of course, it wouldn't last long because it's Michigan. And here, with time winding kind of down in the second quarter, we're going to throw it, throw it off the pop to the tight end, and he's going to take it all the way down the field. I'm telling you, recruiting speed at tight end is a huge part of this game. You got to be able to do it. Again, got to chill with the celebrations. And of course, Michigan's going to respond here. Second and goal, a little over a minute left in this first half. Time winding down. They're going to give it to their back, and he's going to punch it in. But look at that, 20 seconds left and counting. We've got a chance. We've got 1 timeout left. We're going to give it to our guy, Gio Sampson. Look at it. Oh, he's going to skate his way into the end zone, back and forth. We're going in Ann Arbor in the third quarter. So like we said, we're going back and forth here. And on 4th and 9, we get a great jump, but we just miss blocking it, and they drilled this field goal to extend their lead to 6. And on the ensuing possession, we would march right down the field, take off a ton of time. We're trying to milk as much time as we can. We're trying to milk this clock and really just wind it down. Try to play keep away. And we're going to pull it and throw it on the RPO. This play has been money. Now, we can't seem to get a stop on defense, but it really hasn't been that much of an issue because we've been able to score on offense. And I'm telling you, this play is killing Michigan. They cannot line up and defend it at all. And the defense must have heard me because they would get a stop. They'd get us the ball back. 3rd and 1. No timeouts left for Michigan. And look, I know I'm being a same play Susie, but it's working. And now we're going back to it again. And can he score? He is going to score again with the celebrations, getting a little too comfortable. But we have a commanding lead here in Michigan, looking to pull off this upset. Now, they would find a way into the end zone, but look, it's not even gonna matter. Just under 10 seconds left. We're gonna drop back, and what's one more for good measure? It's a terrible throw, but he's gonna come down with the contested catch to extend this lead. I want to run it up. I want to rub it in their face. We are going to take down a ranked Michigan team. I mean, this must feel like App State for them all over again. And we're gonna go for 2, run the fake, and we're gonna throw it. I mean, I'm telling you, we're getting disrespectful out here. And that's a huge win for this program and a massive step in that direction of trying to secure a national championship. Look at our tight end, Jay Bridge, man. He was eating on those RPOs. He has set a new Akron single game receiving touchdown record. And we would ride that momentum to an incredible 10-1 season with our only loss, our only blemish, a shootout in overtime against FAU. Looks like multiple overtimes too. That's gonna bring us to the regular season finale against Western Michigan. We've got a pretty commanding lead here, 28-10 in the 4th quarter. We're taking a shot over the top. We're going deep. Too much speed on this receiving core for the Western Michigan Broncos. We're gonna finish the regular season with a commanding 42-17 victory to go to 11-1 and likely another MAC championship game. And Lorenz, the guy who caught that touchdown, he went off. And look, it's been a quarterback factory here at Akron. A new single season passing touchdown record set by our quarterback Juan Gallegos, and that is bringing us to yet another MAC championship game against a pretty talented Toledo team. I mean, we're ranked 19th, but again, this is a pretty talented team. You can see the roster. They have our number early, 24-7, looking for a play, looking to make something happen. He's gonna roll out, and Gio, he's wide open down the field, connecting for a big time touchdown with 2 minutes left. And we've got an opportunity to make it a 2-possession game, but this is a little bit of a tricky field goal. A 48-yard kick from the left hash, and we've got a good meter, and he drilled it, man. This kicker is an absolute stud. And we'd start the second half with a bang, going down the field, putting together a good drive, and there goes Gio Sampson splitting the seam again. They cannot cover him. They cannot adjust. A huge touchdown to make it a 7-point game. And again, we've got the ball back. Defense is kind of showing up a little bit, getting us some stops, and we're going back to the well. They can't get a stop on Gio, our stud running back. This is definitely one of the best players I've had in the dynasty. And we have yet to lead in this entire game. Toledo would retake the lead after we tied it up by 4, and we're going to hand it off to Gio. Look at him go. He's got space. He's got so much room to run on 2nd and 1. Great downfield blocking. We have finally taken the lead, and that is going to propel us to another MAC championship. 3-0 in MAC championship games. Building this thing up after turning them from a bottom feeder into one of the best G6 teams in the entire country. And look at our quarterback, man. He is continuing to be on a tear. The new conference single season passing touchdowns record. Heck of a season from Juan Gallegos. And we still have multiple games left to play. And that stud kick kicker of ours, Richard Rivera, who has only missed one field goal all year, has won the Lou Groza Award, one of the few Lou Groza Awards I have ever won in this game. And for some more firsts in school history, we have made our first college football playoff appearance as the 12th seed, traveling to take on 5th seed Duke as we're going to roll out. There goes Gallegos, man. He's going to put it up, and he's got Gio Sampson down the field. We have opened this thing up to a 10-0 lead here in the first quarter. 2nd and 10, your time winding down. We're going to escape the pocket again, and this play, man, it might be broken. I got to move on to something else. 17-0 for the AKRON Zips. Now, that would be enough for us to secure the win. It would be a much closer game than the initial score would let on, only winning by 7, but we would upset the 5th seeded Duke Blue Devils to move on to the next round of the CFP. And look at that, man. It is another school record for Juan Gallegos, the single season passing yards record. What can't this guy do? That's going to bring us to a gold-blue matchup here with the 4th seeded Notre Dame Fighting Irish, heading to the Fiesta Bowl where it's 0-0, and we're rolling out again. We're taking a shot down the field. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Gio Sampson, too much speed, too much elusiveness, too good of an athlete. We are killing teams with that play. 14-7, though. We know this Notre Dame team is going to be tough to beat. It's going to be a little bit more of a tougher challenge than Duke, and we're going same play Susie again, man. It's working. He's going to throw it at the cameraman. That's going to extend our lead. We're going to put it in the hands of the best kicker in the nation to try to find 3 more points, and he's going to miss. Oh my gosh, there's the second field goal he would miss all year, and we find ourselves down 10 points. We need a huge spark. We need something, and he's got it. Oh, he does not have it. Oh, it's intercepted. That's tough. Oh my gosh. We don't have anyone getting there, so that's disappointing. We find ourselves down 17 in the 3rd quarter here, but it's 2nd and goal, so we're not out of it yet. We still have an opportunity here. We're going to find our guy, get into the end zone to shorten this lead. Defense would get a stop. We'd get the ball back here. 3rd and 10, still in the 3rd quarter, so there's still plenty of time left. We have all 3 timeouts. There's a whole 4th quarter left, and you already know what time it is. We're going back to the well. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Gio Sampson, like I said, one of the best players I've had in this entire project of winning a championship with every single team. But man, this has turned into a shootout. It's basically whoever has the ball last is probably going to win the game. So we're going to roll out, and you already know what time it is, man. You've seen this play 18,000 times already. Gio Sampson, it is just too much. As the 3rd quarter comes to a close, and we almost got caught again with the celebration. And now with under 3 minutes left in the 4th quarter, 3rd and 8, we have got to score. We're down 3. Gio Sampson, there he goes. A huge pivotal first down. We would get the clock all the way down to 17 seconds and counting. 3 timeouts left. We should have taken a little bit more time off the clock because Notre Dame has all 3 timeouts. But we would punch in the end zone, get a stop on defense. It wouldn't even matter, and that would secure the Fiesta Bowl for the AKRON Zips. Man, I cannot believe this Cinderella run that they are on. We have really turned this program around, built it up into, like I said, a G6 power, man, looking to take the next step into that national landscape. And look at our quarterback continuing to set more records, and of course Gio Sampson doing the same after his huge game. And that's going to bring us to the Sugar Bowl against the mighty Georgia Bulldogs, continuing to face these blue bloods and playing well against them. I mean, it's 14-3 in the 1st quarter. We're looking to add 3 more points with our stud kicker, and I just totally butchered this. I'm killing this dude's field goal percentage. And of course, we would find ourselves down in the 3rd quarter. Like we said, man, this is Georgia, #1 seed in this CFP. But look at, man, we've been competitive too. We're not out of this yet. We're going to give it to Gio. He's going to go up the middle. Look at all this space. They fit the run terribly. Look at this camera angle. We are off to the races to retake this lead against Georgia. The defense would get some pivotal stops, get us the ball back here with the 4th quarter just getting underway. 1st and goal. We still have that lead. We're going to give it back to Gio. Ooh, that was a little closer for us. I don't like that, but we did end up scoring and punching it in. We move ahead with just over a minute left. 3rd and 11. We're down by 5. Georgia, of course, found a way to take the lead. We're going to dump it off to our tight end who's open. He's got some space, makes a pretty slow juke move, but still gets the 1st down. And we have all 3 timeouts left here. 2nd and 6. A little over 30 seconds left. We find our guy again. He converts on the 1st down. And look, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. We're going back to it. We have the drag come wide open to the tight end, taking a last-second lead over Georgia. What an unbelievable performance that would secure this win, 43-40. And if you can believe it, the AKRON Zips are moving on to the national championship against one of the toughest teams in this entire game to face. This Tennessee offense is really, really talented. They're always going to have personnel. They're always going to have the formational stuff that they do. Speaking of offense, we're going to have to replace our offensive coordinator next season. So thankfully, we were able to nail down Ben Whittington. I feel really good about this hire. And we've struggled to get things going on offense. Maybe it's because our offensive coordinator decided to take a new job on the eve of the national championship game of all games. Down 10-0, and we're going to tuck it and run. Quarterback's going to take off. He's got some angles. He's got some room. And he puts the ball on the turf and is picked up and recovered by us. So look, if that's what it's going to take to move the ball and score points, man, I will take it. We would get it all the way down to 1st and goal. Give it to Gio, man. You already know what time it is. One of the best players I've had in this entire project of the dynasty. We still can't get things going on defense, so can't really get much of a stop. Really slow turn out by the quarterback who gets outside the pocket and finds Gio. His safety is just not fast enough, not quite a good enough angle to overcome not having the speed to track him down. So we're going back and forth on offense. And on 4th and 5 on the minus side of the field, I don't know why I'm doing this. We're going to go for it. Gio's going to get it, just barely punch it on for a new set of downs. Moving the ball here in the third quarter, only down 3, like so we've gone back and forth. We get the edge pressure, we beat it, dump it off to Gio, makes a move in the open field, makes another move, go Gio! Gio with another touchdown. What an unbelievable play by this running back. But like we mentioned, this Tennessee offense is always going to find a way to score points. They've always kind of been one step ahead of us in this game, but we have so much space on defense. I'll tell you what, man, fitting the run in this game is very much a challenge. Whether you're on CPU, whether you're a user, we still have a lead, even though it is by 1 point here with just over 3 minutes left. We give it back to Gio. There have the safeties in the parking lot. We're going to take advantage of that all day. Gio, a touchdown run to punch it and just barely gets it over the goal line. He is having the season of his life. And Tennessee would still find a way to tie it up, man. They are so annoying to play, but you guys already know what time it is. It's Gio time. We're going to give it to him and get it to just with 36 seconds left. Now, we do have all 3 timeouts, so we can run it, and we're going to go. Gio, another first down, continuing to move the ball. We're in great position here. Time is winding down. 10 seconds, 9, 8, 7. It's a touchdown. We are going to go on to win the national championship. We're going to defeat Tennessee to win a national championship at Akron, our very first appearance in the playoffs. I promise you, it's not always this easy. Even though we did it with Air Force, we've done it with Akron. It is not going to be a bunch of one and dones in the CFB. I promise you, it's a really tough road, but we have won the national championship in 2035. And Gio Sampson, a new single season rushing touchdown record, one of my favorite players. What a shame we're not going to be able to use him anymore, but he's going to go on to do great things in the NFL. I just know it. And we had a couple upsets in the CFP bracket. It was not super chalky. It was really fun to get into, and we had so many shootouts on our end of the bracket. Didn't play much good defense, but we were always able to score points on offense, so it didn't really matter. And look at Joe Moorhead, man. Look at where we were when we started this, and we don't get to see 2025. We know we were 4-8, but look at the build-up, the progression to go from 12-2 last season to national champions this season. And look at Juan Gallegos, man. 5,500 passing yards. Gio Sampson did his thing. 1,300 receiving yards and 1,500 rushing yards. He had 60 passing touchdowns, the most in the entire country this year. A totally different tune than what we've normally seen on offense from us. And obviously a couple postseason games helped, but we definitely set a bunch of new program records in terms of yards and points. And Joe Moorhead would eclipse 100 wins with Akron. He's got 116 in his career, 10-3 in bowl games for him throughout his career. So heck of a year, heck of a career for him as a coach. And man, hopefully Akron can find their way into a national championship in the next 10 years like they did in the dynasty.